is the most prime example of justice, a 9/9 Lorehold. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with ManaMan, and today we've got a juicer for you. We've got Justice Reanimator, that is right. We got all the reanimation stuff, and you can just see automatically our curve is sitting super fat, so immediately you know we're in for a treat here. Let's go and slide our Emeria's Call over here, because this is kind of like a faux land thingy. So, okay, first off, we've got our Velomachus Lorehold. This is going to be the glue and the MVP of the deck, Flying Vigilance Haste. Whenever you attack, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast instant or sorcery with mana value less than or equal to Lorehold's power, which is really cool, because how are we going to be able to get this thing out here? Well, let's go ahead and just start off with one of our many reanimation abilities. Let's go for Invoke Justice. 4 white, which is a little bit hefty, but it's okay. Even though this is a Mardu deck, we've got plenty of ways we can do that. Return target permanent to your graveyard to the battlefield, and then distribute 4 1/1 counters among any number of creatures you control. This is insane, because not only do you get a 9/9, you can also, I mean, it unlocks Emeria's Call, and the reason I'm not running 4 Emeria's Call rather than 2 is just because versus aggro, I kind of think 4 is a little bit aggressive, but either way, it does unlock, and with 9 power, you can go ahead and use Emeria's Call rather than anything else. But either way, Invoke Justice is going to be so crazy with this card. It lets you just pretty much dig into your deck. You're going to be able to play Lorehold Command, even like a Doomskar if you're playing like an oddly aggressive deck and you got to kill it. We have more ways to reanimate, so it's not a big deal. But other than the Velomachus Lorehold, which is an absolute MVP, we do have Beledros Witherbloom. I like this card because you do need other fatties to reanimate in the deck. If you just have Lorehold, it's a one-trick pony. That's not really what you want to do. Beledros Witherbloom gives you something else. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 black and create pest token, which lets you create 1 life, and then pay 10 life, untap all lands you control. If you have 2 reanimation spells and enough life, you can just go ahead and just kill your opponent with just some crazy stuff. There's a lot of crazy stuff you can do with this card. And sometimes it is a little bit win more with the pay 10 life, but if you're facing aggro and you get this out, the 1/1 blockers and then gain 1 life can pretty much edge out aggro, and that's why I like the Witherbloom here. We also have Olivia, Crimson Bride. We're going to be able to just attack and then just return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, the only bad thing about this, if you use this to reanimate the Lorehold, you don't get the trigger, because that's just not the way that it works. So it will be attacking, it just won't be, you won't get this ability. So, but it's still pretty good here. We still want as much reanimation as possible. Inferno of the Star Mounts is just awesome. It just can't be countered, and you can really fire off a lot of damage here. You can just hard cast this. You can just do whatever you want. Inferno of the Star Mounts is going to make it. We need a lot of big creatures here. As you can see, our curve is absolutely nuts here. I'm actually running Wake to Slaughter. This is kind of an interesting card here. Interesting card choice. We're going to be able to choose 2 cards. We need 2 to make this really worth it. That's kind of the issue that we have. So we're only running 2, but it does have flashback, so you get a lot of value here. So I kind of like this card a little bit. Choose up to 2 cards and then return 1 of them to your hand, and then the other one is going to be able to get haste and swing. Now it does get exiled, but you do get a lot of value. Like late game, this is kind of good here. I mean, you could even argue maybe just 1, but I think the reason it has flashback has a lot of value to it, so I really like it. The Lorehold Command is really awesome. Getting to use that with Lorehold is just really good. Doomskar, you're going to need that versus aggro. And then here is our discard engine here. We got Seize the Spoils. Seize the Spoils is better than, oh gosh, the 4-drop. I cannot think of it. Can't think of it. Gosh darn it. But the one that discards 2 and make 2 treasures. Seize the Spoils is better, even though it is a sorcery, because this allows you to get into Invoke Justice a turn earlier. So you use this on turn 3, Invoke Justice turn 5. So that's why we have 4 Seize the Spoils, and it is better. Cathartic Pyre is really good here. You're going to be able to deal 3 damage or clean up your hand a little bit. Thrilling Discovery is the MVP of discarding. You get to discard 2 cards and then draw 3 cards, which is really awesome. Gain 2 life. Restoration of Eiganjo just helps you get a little bit more white sources, because you're going to need a lot for this Invoke Justice. But that's pretty much the deck here. We're going to be able to Invoke Justice on our opponents. The Lorehold's going to be smashing some faces. Let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Uncle Dom, how we doing here? That's a cute little name. Let's go ahead and keep this. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It could be worse, could be better, but you know, it is what it is. Hopeful Initiate. Okay, so we're probably going against mono white aggro, obviously, and this could be worse because we can go. I'm not gonna want to bolt myself in, so I think what I'm gonna do is just go do this and then go for Cave of the Frost Dragon on turn 2. I think that's the most efficiently way to do this. So Lunar Aspirant's gonna do that. We're gonna be able to set up for a Doomskar. Now, hopefully they don't have like a Thalia to tax us, but not too worried about that. The most important thing that we're going to be able to do is just go for this beautiful Doomskar. So let's drop... Can't click the mouse today. So let's go ahead and drop our Doomskar and foretell this sucker. Slide you over, and I think we're sitting pretty here. Mainly the thing with mono white aggro is just, you have to Doomskar them. I mean, you just have to. So Luminarch Aspirant's going to do its thing. The Hopeful Initiate, this deck is really, really dangerous. I know that, I think right now this is probably a little bit more dangerous than runes, because the Hopeful Initiative actually takes away the runes as well. So that's actually really, really good. I'm going to drop this for red, and this becomes, do we want to just go for the Doomskar right now, or do we want to set up for a Seize the Spoils and let them maybe overextend one more turn? They are down on land sources here, but the, yeah, I think because even if they do have the, even if they do have like an elite spellbinder, it's not going to matter much. So I actually am going to discard the Seize the Spoils. Let's go ahead and let's let, we need some more land for one anyway. Let's go ahead and let them maybe overextend the board here a little bit. They might not, so this is kind of like a cockier play. So maybe when you play with fire, sometimes you get burned. Okay, so they're just going to go wide. We're going to take, as of right now, we're just going to take, what, 7? Okay, so they actually are low on land sources here. We go down to 7, but I think this is going to be where we start to make our money. Let's go for the Doomskar. We're going to clear the board, and we can actually still go for a Cathartic Pyre. I always say that name wrong. Pyre? Pyre, yeah, sir. I hope so. Let's go ahead and end the turn here, and what do we got here? We got 2 Seize the Spoils. We don't have anything crazy in our graveyard, but I don't think it's a big deal. So they're going to go for the Adversary. Okay, I'm not going to use this. I would rather just use the Lorehold Command on it next turn. I think that's a little bit better. So we actually do have another Doomskar, which is wickedly cool. Drop this. We can actually go for Inferno of the Star Mounds. I think I'm just going to use the Lorehold Command rather than do anything else. I think that's just like the best move. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the turn. They're really struggling on the land counts here, which is really fortunate for us. They do drop another one. And they're going to go for the Archon. Okay, so this becomes kind of interesting here. Do we want to... Okay. Hold on, we're going to get him thinking here. Do we want to use Lorehold Command on the Archon? We want to prevent all the damage that can go to us, so I'm actually going to do this right now. So let's go ahead and just kill the Adversary. The Archon is annoying. I guess we'll play the Lorehold Command on the next turn, or we can go for Seize the Spoils. Let's go for Seize the Spoils and dump off an Inferno of the Star Mounts so that we get an Olivia Crimson Bride. Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's go drop this. We'll be able to reanimate something later anyway. And there's our big boys. There's the big, juicy dragons here. We'll be able to foretell this. And then when we drop the Doomskar, it'll pretty much clear the board, and then it'll unlock our ability to play more than one thing. So, Skyclave Apparition does nothing. So we're just going to take, what, 5 damage here? Or go down to 5, rather. And that's not a big deal. Okay, we're going to go for Doomskar. Again, clear the board. You gotta feel bad for them a little bit, but they're playing Mono White aggro, so I don't feel that bad. And let's go for Seize the Spoils. We're gonna do this and ditch away our Lorehold. We can't do the Witherbloom's not really good right now because we don't have enough life to really be able to use that. We're gonna ditch the Lorehold so that we can use what's it called? Yeah, Invoke Justice. That's kind of the point of our deck here. And let's go ahead and just drop this for white. White's fine. Pass the turn. Unless I'm crazy, I don't think that Mono White has anything with haste, so we can kind of rest easy there. What kind of sucks about the Olivia Crimson Bride is that we actually cannot use Lorehold's ability in the way that you think, because it doesn't get the trigger that way. So okay, what do we want to do? We can go for Invoke Justice. I think we're just gonna do this. Invoke Justice into the Lorehold. Let's do it, baby. Invoke this is the most prime example of justice, a 9/9 Lorehold. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna swing in. We've got Vigilance as well, and we get nothing. Oh, we get what? An instant or sorcery spell. Why can't? Oh, because we can't. Obviously, because the Archon of Emeria. At first, I was like so confused, but duh. The Archon prevents us from doing that. And yeah, let's go ahead and just end the turn here. Even if they have removal, I don't think that they'll have enough to go for Cave of the Frost Dragon on top of the Lorehold. Apparition's not going to be able to do anything, and they can't do anything. So this Archon swings in. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to do it. We've got enough to play with, so they actually do that. So what do they need? They need to cast another spell, and they wanted to get rid of this. So they just have an Adeline here, and that's just not going to be enough. We're going to have We can pop off the Witherbloom, or we can actually just go for Lorehold Command. Can we? Yeah, this just has haste, so we can actually just do this. And this is going to be good game. Yeah, 3-9, that is going to be it. Swing in, and that's going to be a good game. What a fun little deck here. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more Magic deck videos every single day. Hyro King, hello, hello. Let's see what we got. It's a pretty good hand. We'll go ahead and keep this. We have 2 Thrilling Discoveries. We can put our Lorehold back into the grave for our Invoke Justice. So this is actually a pretty gosh darn good hand. Eye Twitch, thank goodness. The problem with this deck is that it does have a lot of horrible matchups. And when I say horrible matchups, it's pretty much just control. Control just swallows this deck alive, because as long as they can just counter your Invoke Justice, you pretty much have to scoop. So that's kind of the downside of this deck. But the upside is that we have a really good matchup everywhere else. So that's kind of the trade-off here. So we're going to go and drop this. We've got 2 Loreholds now. Let's go ahead and go for the Thrilling Discovery. Even if they use the Hive of the Eye Tyrant at some point, I guess we can go for 2 of these. It's fine. Let's get rid of both of these Loreholds, so we'll be able to use Invoke Justice later on. We've got a Doomskar. Doomskar isn't like the greatest thing in this deck, because they've got all these weenies. The Eye Twitch will learn. Dockside Chef can just replace itself, so not really the strongest thing here. Wedding announcement. Hopefully we're going to be able to just bombard our way through with just some raw power eventually. So I'm going to drop the Sundown Pass, and then we're going to be able to use Seize the Spoils. Yeah, I think that's fine. Discard. What do we don't want to discard here? I kind of want to just get rid of the Doomskar a little bit, but I guess a creature deck that just feels too bad. The Lorehold Command's a little bit slow, but it has so much upside. I guess we'll get rid of the Thrilling Discovery. We're done with the discarding and whatnot. And then now we can go into Invoke Justice on our next turn. So, okay, I think we're sitting pretty good here. We're going to be able to get our Lorehold. So, that's always great. The problem here is this Wedding Announcement just is going to yield them so much value here. So, okay. Okay, we're managing in there. Let's drop our Sundown Pass. We're going to go for our Invoke Justice with our Treasure Token, with Seize the Spoils. So let's go Invoke Justice. Let's put the Justice beat down on them. We're going to get a 9-9 Lorehold. And they can't actually even use a... they actually can't even use a Vanishing Verse, because we are multicolored. So if they had a Vanishing... No, not a Vanishing Verse. If they have an Infernal Grasp, they can kill us. But if not, they're gonna have to take this 9-9 to the face, and it looks like they are. So now we get to take 9 cards into our library with a Doomskar. I don't want to play a Doomskar. That is a, oh gosh, what a terrible draw. 9 cards. I was hoping for a Lorehold Command, maybe a Thrilling Discovery, maybe something else pretty cool. But this is really unfortunate, because I'm assuming they're gonna use the Eye Twitch to learn a Necrotic Fumes, probably. And then they're going to be able to exile our Lorehold. So, Eye Twitch is going to go off. Gosh, that is really, really... Yikes. Okay, so reduce the memory. I guess that's a little better than... I mean, I'm just kind of coping. It's still bad. But I guess it's a little better than Necrotic Fumes, or is it? Actually, I don't even know if it is. I don't know if it is. So our Lorehold is going to get exiled, which is a travesty, an absolute travesty. But we do get a 3-2 back. I guess that's some damage that we can put on. Okay, I guess we'll have to deal with that. See how we can recover from this. So, oh, they're running red, so they're actually going Mardu as well. Well, hey, so are we. Okay. Let's see, how do we win here? How do we win here? I think we're gonna, the Doomskar is just not that good. We're gonna have to get some sort of reanimation spell, and we are running plenty of them, so that should be no big deal. And they're actually just gonna pass. Okay, so you're gonna create a 3-2. At this point, I mean, kind of just want to maybe like, okay, how do we want to play this out? I think we're gonna use Thrilling Discovery. We're gonna at least, I don't want to just hard cast this yet, or do I? It's so gross. It's so gross. But I think what we're gonna have to do is just drop this and just hardcast the Doomskar. Let's go ahead and swing in. Maybe they do something a little bit funky. I guess we'll just swing in. I guess they have a lot of land tapped, so they won't be able to get the full benefit of the Dockside Chef. Because as of right now, they can kind of just sit on their board. I mean, they have us crushed in terms of board state. So I'm just gonna swing in with the Spirit. and then use Doomskar and just hardcast the Doomskar for 5. I just don't see what else we can really do right now. Yep, so they go ahead and block that as per usual. I mean, maybe they gave us some free damage. There's a lot of different things that could have happened there, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see if they use the Dockside Chef. So they do. They're gonna use the Dockside Chef regardless when I use this Doomskar anyway, so it doesn't really feel like a loss. Damage, and let's go ahead and just pop this off. Yeah, they're gonna learn. They're gonna do their things. Again, I don't know what else we can do. If they drop like a Lolth or something, it's pretty much just game over. I mean, I don't want to say game over, but you know, if they drop a Lolth, using the Doomskar then is just a nightmare, because then the Lolth just recuperates and then that's it. Our only way that we can really win here is just to get some sort of reanimation spell and get our Lorehold back from the graveyard. That's going to be our win condition here. So Pest Summoning, that's actually okay with me, because that just creates things on the ground, and that's not that big of a deal. So let's see what they got going on here. Can't go into a mascot exhibition, but they've just got like all the card advantage in the world. Can go for Pest Summoning 2/2. Okay, and a wedding announcement. Okay, so we need there's just no other way around it. We just need some sort of reanimation spell. So let's go for the Thrilling Discovery. Let's get rid of the Den of the Bugbear in one of these lands. Yeah, I think that's just gonna be what we're gonna have to do. So we do get an Olivia. Okay, the Olivia is at least gonna put us into some sort of hope, because it does have haste, can do some different things, get back our Velomachus. Unfortunately, the way the Olivia operates is that we don't actually get the trigger off of Velomachus, but you know, it's still a beat stick, so we can go ahead and end the turn here. We can actually go for the Cathartic Pyre on the Hive of the Eye Tyrant if they choose to do that, to get rid of our Lorehold here. If I was them, that's what I would do, and they actually decided not to, so that's interesting. If I was them, I would take Hive of the Eye Tyrant to get rid of our Lorehold, because that's the only way we can win this match. So I'm just going to let this go through. I'm going to use the Pyre and just ditch away. Do I want to? I think we can out, you know, speed them like damage-wise, so I guess we'll just let this go through. Down to 13, we can still swing in and then use Inferno of the Star Mounts from our hand the next turn. It's not great. It's a Hard Knock's life, but someone's got to live it, you know? The wedding announcement's going to draw them another card, as if they needed more card advantage. So maybe they're smarter than I am. Maybe they've got this Hive of the Eye Tyrant is no good. There's the mascot exhibition. Okay. They only have 1/3/2 up in the air here, so how do we want to play this? We can just kill this thing, but the problem is here is they have enough for lethal now, so we're going to have to use this, discard up to 2 cards. The Lorehold Command's probably not that good here, so I guess we'll just 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we'll go ahead and just ditch these. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to. We get an Invoke Justice, and the Invoke Justice is gonna be our only thing that we can pretty much even have a hope of doing anything with. So let's go ahead and drop the let's go ahead and just drop this. Invoke Justice can get us back our beloved Velomachus. We're gonna have to do that. We're just gonna have to do that. Let's get our Velomachus out here. 9/9. The Inferno can actually deal a lot more damage, but not that much damage. And we're gonna swing in here. We're gonna need a Lorehold Command, or even like a Doomskar to even stay relevant here. We actually get another Invoke Justice and a Lorehold and a Doomskar. Okay, so how do we want to play this? Probably just gonna chump block. I guess we'll have to just blow up the board, right? I think we're just gonna have to use Doomskar, because if we use this, if we use Lorehold Command, blow up you, create a 3/2 or something, get 16 life, I think that's actually kind of feasible. I think we can actually go for Lorehold Command. Let's go ahead and deal 3 damage here, and then create a 3/2. Yeah, okay. Okay. Maybe we should have just killed the Inkling, just so we could get some more damage off. Yeah, that was not good. That was not good. That was a misplay. That was a misplay. Definitely should have killed the Inkling just so we could get some more raw damage off. So now we can just chump block. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, that was definitely not good there. Got a little bit too freaky. Oh man, we're not playing so good, are we? So we could have been down to 11. That could be the end of the game because we have a Crimson Bride here. But let's not focus on the bad thing. Let's see if we can recover here. An Eye Twitch is a nightmare, but we still have a Lorehold Command that we can get rid of the Eye Twitch for. So yeah, we definitely just gotta get damage off into the air. So that's gonna be kind of the key thing here. If we can live with the Lorehold, I think we might be okay, but let's be honest, they're running a lot of black here. So they're gonna go ahead and do this. They're gonna get a Valky, or they can pick anything they want, really. So I assume that they're gonna use another Eye Twitch just to get some blockers up on the board. Which I would assume that's gonna be the move here, right? Or do they take a Valky and just... I mean, they don't know that we have a... Oh, they do. They're actually going to take a Valky. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so that's actually not the end of the world here. They're going to take away a Crimson Bride or a Velomachus. So they take away the Crimson Bride. Okay. Okay. We can still get rid of the Valky, or we can get rid of the Eye Twitch to deal damage. How do we want to play this out? I don't think that they're going to want to swing, even though that nets them a card from the wedding announcement. I don't think that they're going to want to trade, but actually, I think they should have probably attacked with these two pests. I think they should have. Okay, be that as it may, they do not. We're going to be able to use Lorehold Command. I guess we're not really worried about the Valky right now. I am actually going to just swing with the Lorehold and see what we got, and then use the command on the Eye Twitch. So let's go ahead and swing in with our Lorehold. What can we get off the top here with 9 cards, which is absolutely ridiculous? We have an Invoke Justice or an Emeria's Call. Oh man, the Invoke Justice is pretty good here. And we can just get back an Inferno the Star Mounts for free, but I think that's just not going to be the... Let's just go for the Emeria's Call. So we're going to get 2 4/4s. Everything's going to get indestructible. We're going to go for Lorehold Command. I think we're just going to... I want to use this on the Olivia Crimson Bride, so... It's very frustrating, but I think we're going to have to use this. So, deal 3 damage, create another 3/2, or let's just sacrifice a permanent and then draw 2 cards. Let's go ahead and pop this. We're going to get our Olivia back at some point. So, I want to get some damage off here. So, let's go ahead and do this, and let's go ahead and sacrifice a red land here. Not worried about that. We got all the land in the world. Let's go. Okay, we got to Seize the Spoils, a Beledros Witherbloom, which usually wants to be in the graveyard. So we do have another Velomachus, so let's just deal the damage here. The Necrotic Fumes, not the end of the world here. We're going to go ahead and drop this. Seize the Spoils. Seize the Spoils. I don't think we can actually play this right now. We don't have any reanimation. I want Beledros in my hand. So let's go ahead and just end the turn. They're going to be able to exile our Lorehold, but we're going to be able to use Seize the Spoils next turn on whatever we draw and go for a Lorehold. Or we at least go for a Lorehold, so... So Necrotic Fumes on our Velomachus, yep, that is to be expected. It is what it is. We still have 2 Angels here, and this actually has Indestructible. So they have to actually be careful here. I mean, we have some really good value here if they swing all and get aggressive. That would probably tell me that we're probably looking pretty good here. But they can also go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can actually go for Olivia Crimson Bride to... reanimate something. I mean, they don't really have the strongest of targets. Are they gonna do that? It's interesting. I mean, I commend you for it. I don't think that's a good move. I mean, we have 2 4/4s in the air, so whatever you bring back is you're just gonna sacrifice it and then give me the Olivia. So like, that can't be the best move. And they're just gonna pass. Wow. So we get an Inferno of the Star Mounts. If they don't have any sort of removal, we actually just win, right? This can deal more damage than the Lorehold, but okay, I think we're just gonna play it safe. Let's just go ahead and play the Velomachus here. 5/5. We do have lethal in the air, but I would assume that they have some sort of interaction. But we do get the Lorehold to go off. We gotta Seize the Spoils. Let's go ahead and use Seize the Spoils on our other Seize the Spoils. Yeah, I want these cards in my hand. I want Beledros in my hand, because now that we have the treasure token, we could go for the Beledros, and we do have enough life to be able to pay it off, so I don't know if that's going to be relevant in this match. So they're actually going to go for this. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, the wedding festivities do allow them to kill us off here, But yeah, I mean, hey, kudos to you. We can drop this, and I don't really want to do this. We don't want to bust the treasure token. Let's go ahead and end the turn. They're not going to have enough damage to kill us as long as we can... this does have to come back. I guess if they have some sort of... I guess if they have a way for removal, they can actually kill us, right? Because the spirit token here can block this. 3, 6, 9. Damn, you're fine. DJ Sakatsumi one more time. I don't think that they can do that, right? This would be 11, 14. So they could if they have removal. So if they've got some sort of removal here, they can actually deal us for lethal. They are going to do it. So they're going to swing all. They're going to swing all. I'm kind of wary of my life total at this point. So I think I'll probably just block. Why not? I mean, I'm not going to be able to swing in with this thing anytime soon, so we're going to do all of our damage through the air. I'm going to go ahead and just block out here. We're going to take 6, but they won't gain any life from the pest token. I'm kind of surprised they don't use Olivia Crimson Bride. I'm trying to think here. If they would have went for Hive of the Eye Tyrant, which has a 5/5 menace, do they have lethal? They might have missed lethal here. Both me and my opponent are playing pretty sloppy here, so Mythic Massacre is going to deal 4 damage here. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So, they're going to gain life 11 to 7, so 7-11, shout out 7-11. Let's see what we can do here. Another wedding announcement. So, you get to draw 5/6, 5/6 and a 6/6. Okay, we can go for Witherbloom, which is actually kind of cool, because reasons. We can go for 10 life, which is really cool. But that's just not going to be enough to finish out the match, unfortunately. So I think what we're going to have to just do is just to go for a very unsexy Doomskar, which clears the board. We get our Olivia back. Yeah, I mean, we can't be too mad about it. We can also go for a Cathartic Pyre. Yeah, I know that we lose a little bit of life here. That is just going to be the best move. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And I think we can have lethal with the Olivia. We also have a little bit of removal here. The Hive of the Eye Tyrant is not going to be enough to kill us, because it's just a 5/5, so don't have to worry about that. I think that the Inferno of the Star Mounts alone can deal lethal. Okay. Let's see what they want to do here. I mean, so a Lulth, that is problematic. Okay. Let me see what we can do here. So Lulth is going to create two things with...
strong, for they consume the...
Always got to let Lulth do her spiel.
Power is for annihilation.
It is for annihilation. So they go ahead and use the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. What do we want to do here? We can go for Olivia and then get back a Velomachus. Or do we want to just... Yeah, man. So we're going to take 5 damage here. That much is confirmed. And they're going to be able to get away with one of our Velomachus. Okay. So they just take away our Lorehold Command. Wow. Oh, okay. That was interesting. They took the wrong card. So we're back here at the Hideout with the post-game wrap. Definitely got to just say this deck was really good. Really fun. I think it lacks a lot of consistency and power. The main problem is once you face Control is a nightmare matchup. It just is. If you're going to play against Azorius Control, it's pretty much just game over from there. They are just going to counter your reanimation spell and just kill you with card advantage, and it's just really nasty. But versus like mid-range or aggressive decks, you have a very good matchup, and you have a fun matchup. This is definitely one of the more fun decks I've ever built. But yeah, definitely versus Control, ooh, it's not good. And best of 3, I don't even know how you would speed it up versus Control. Just an absolute nightmare versus Control. So for that reason, I will not be playing this on the ladder again. On my own free time, rather. I had a blast making it, but yeah, just because it's pretty much a dead draw versus, or a dead matchup versus Control, pretty much eliminates it from being like super competitive. But it was really fun. Go ahead and leave me a like for the fun video. The button looks just like this. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe down below. Tell me how ugly I am, and just do something, because it really helps out the algorithm, and I appreciate all of you. But until then, I will see you on the next episode. ManaMan out.